I had these turned up for Donita because she wore those last time. What's that old saying? I don't smoke, chew, or vape, and don't date boys that. It's like a girl saying. I can't remember what it is.
I don't know.
Oh, you guys don't know that?
I don't know that.
Dennis, that's way out of my realm of whatever.
That's his realm of whatever.
My realm of whatever.
Well, you know what? I can respect that because that's where I live, in a realm of whatever.
Let me bring up our. Hey, there it is. It's not in my realm of whatever, Kevin said.
Whatever.
Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis.
Make sure that mic is right.
Make sure that mic is at the back of your throat.
Here we go.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, it hurts to laugh. It hurts to cough. I'm dealing with this pinched nerve, fellas. It's no bueno.
Yeah.
No bueno.
No bueno.
It all hurts, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Sitting here right now, very sharp pain right back in through here. Yeah, but suck it up, Buttercup.
Suck it up, Buttercup. Life's a garden.
Dig it.
Dig it.
The old Joe Dierte reference.
Dierte.
Don't try and church it up, son. Well, welcome back to Crosses and Cleats. We are glad that you have chosen to make it this far with us. I said a few minutes ago, this is double-digit episodes. We've made it to episode 10. So we could do like a top 10 list of episodes and just include all of them, and see. What do you think? Last week we had our guest on, Donita. Do you think that episode might be number one?
It's good to see another human.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And like I said, I just really enjoyed, and we need to have more female guests on here. Leah, willing to come on here?
You'll have to ask her, Dennis.
I don't know about giggles or janky pants.
Well, he's real brave on Donita. When it comes to Leah, though, he's like, you'll have to ask her.
She's more than welcome.
She's more than welcome.
Well, I could throw my wife under the bus while we're on here. I just make sure she never watches that
That's
episode.
Right. Has she watched every one? Because you did say she was watching.
I don't know if she's watched them all or not. I know she's watched some because she's had to critique me.
So I was just elated having Donita on here. Of course, then we got into some funny stories, and I haven't laughed like that in probably a long time. I was basically crying over here when we were talking about Kevin and his Make-A-Wish Day with the Commanders.
That's pretty good.
Yep. So.
And it's free agency, Dennis.
It is. We're going to talk. I don't have it on the notes here, but I do have. If we need to fill time or whatever, I got some things that we can talk about. But, yeah, having Donita on last time was fantastic. So, well, last time, fellas, we read from James chapter 1, verses 19 through 21. So let's review that. Again, I read from the NIV, James 1:19, reading through 21 says, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. Therefore, get rid of all moral filth and the evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you." And we didn't get all the way through that, so I did want to go back and just basically touch on again verse 19, because that is so hard, to be quick to listen, Amen. Slow to speak, Amen. And slow to become angry. I feel like in our society today, that's a huge issue, that last part, angry. It just seems like there are so many people that are just angry.
They don't even listen to the whole situation before they have an attitude with some part of it.
Yeah, like I've even noticed, like driving, I will, maybe cut somebody off on accident. Like sometimes it happens, you pull out or whatever.
I say it's an accident too.
Yeah, it's an accident. But my point is, like, as soon as you do that, the person behind you is just, you can see it in their body language, and sometimes you get the one finger salute.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Everybody is just so fast to become angry.
Absolutely.
Well, society's very fast.
It is
Paced.
fast-paced.
Fast paced.
That's just the way it is.
Well, I
So
think
not-
everybody is chasing money, and kids, they're chasing stuff so hard all day long that
So you're talking about busy schedule.
I think their brain just stays there. If they do it, they're doing it fast. You know.
I completely agree with you there, Shane. Man, I can remember, back when we had one school year where all three kids were in some sort of after school activity. It may have been all three in sports at the same time.
At the same, oh man.
Oh, man.
That's rough parenting. There.
Yeah, and I think even Lori and I talked about we don't know how single parents do it. Like, kudos to all you single parents out there who are doing it and making it work. Man, you guys need a lot of prayer and a lot of praise.
It's a lot with one child, much less multiple.
Oh.
And all of the events, all of the things happen at the same time.
Yeah, and it's so. I think you're exactly right, Kevin. Life is so fast paced. But do you guys feel like that? Do you feel like that comes? I don't like to refer to the evil one as the devil or Satan. So I always say the evil one.
Right.
I just don't like to give him, credit. Even give him a name. I just refer to him as the evil one.
Absolutely.
Do you guys feel like that comes from the evil one? He makes us busy on purpose.
I don't know. I like to think that all my busy comes from God, but at the same time, how do you explain all that when it's to the point that you're running crazy?
Yeah.
But we choose that path a lot of times too.
That's true, Kevin.
Well, do you guys ever remember getting up when you were, I don't know, when you got up, you were 20, you'd get up and say, oh man, what do I want to do today? Now you get up and you're like, man, I'm headed through life with blinders. What am I not going to look at today? Because I got kids, sports, running, doctor, whatever.
I can't tell you because it hasn't happened many times in the last several months, but there have been a few 2 to 3, maybe 4 Saturdays where I've gotten up on Saturday because that's pretty much my routine now is either the night before or day of. As soon as I get up, I look at my calendar, and I've gotten up on that Saturday and looked at my calendar and been like, what a relief. It's like, I have nothing on my calendar today.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah. Now, you talk about a blessing. Like, that doesn't happen very often. And, yeah, it's just been,
But I think
Maybe that's why you're not as mad as everybody else.
Well,
You had a Saturday.
maybe. Maybe.
But I think sometimes we let life control us instead of us control it. But there's sometimes where it's not an option. You got to go with it, and
Yeah. That's a good point,
it
Kevin.
is what.
Yeah.
But
We get out of it what we put into it is basically what you're saying is like you can say no to some things. I mean, there are some things that you can't say. You got to go to work. You got to pick your kids up. You should, hopefully be in attendance if your kids are doing sports, things like that.
Kids.
Yeah, stupid kids. Have kids, they say. It'll be great.
Yeah.
No, we love our children. We do.
Absolutely.
you betcha.
Yeah, but there are some things where it's like we do choose sometimes to just keep ourselves busy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it keeps our mind off of things that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And you got to be careful. I do believe that a lot of that anger those are emotions and that is from the evil one. Your feelings get, and that's what fires that whole mess up.
Yeah, so you just mentioned anger. Look at verse 20. It says, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. What's James talking about there?
That's
doesn't
the horrible one.
Yeah, why doesn't human anger produce the righteousness that God desires? Like, what's the distinction? Because we know when we read Scripture, we know Jesus got angry. God got angry. What makes it different for when God gets angry and then we get angry?
Well, when we get angry, we want revenge. We want to.
Oh, you are certainly right there.
That's not how that's supposed
Yeah,
to
I mean,
work.
that makes
Vengeance.
sense. Vengeance, yeah, like, and of course, Scripture's vengeance is mine.
Absolutely.
Saith the Lord. That. But yes, I think that's definitely a really good point, Shane. When we get angry, we want God to just rain down, fire and turn this person into a pillar of salt. They just cut me off. I've had probably many people say, because I drive a lot with my job. I'm out driving a lot, and in fact, I think it was yesterday, just in Batesville, I was pulling out from the curb. I had stopped to go into that Total Tech Solutions to get me an Amazon package. And I was parked there by the curb, and I pulled out from the curb, and I did look in my mirrors and did not see anybody coming. Then I pulled out from the curb, and as soon as I pulled out from the curb, I noticed, oh, my goodness, there's a car. There's a car right behind me. Yeah, and I'm like, well, I had to have pulled out in front of this person, but I didn't see him. They didn't honk. I didn't see them, waving at me, so to speak. So maybe they just turned because there was a street there close. Maybe they had just turned right, and then maybe I did, but I don't know. But with all my driving and everything, that seems to happen. And man, I can imagine there's probably been many people who have thought, man, I hope that jerk gets into going to get into an accident, or I hope he gets what's coming to him. And yeah, our human anger produces vengeance. We want justice.
Yeah. Right.
We're trying to stay out of people's way, Dennis.
Yeah,
we're trying.
Oh my goodness, I try to.
But there's days where I go, why are all these people in my way?
do you ever get into one of those situations like Dennis is talking? They pulled out in front of you, but then they throw up their hands like they made the mistake. They're mad. They're all about. I laugh, and it makes them even worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, and to the first one, quick to listen, slow to speak. I've always been pretty good at that, but once it
you do have that one.
But once it builds,
yeah,
I have my saturation point before, but then it's on after that.
Kevin, you're like a volcano.
Yeah.
Kevin's like a volcano.
When it gets to the top, something's happening.
Yeah,
but apathy is starting to set in, and nothing really. Whatever.
Apathy is worse than anger, right, Kev?
I don't know. Maybe it's good. The older you get, I don't know.
Oh man. So yeah, let's get into verse 21. So it says, "Get rid of all moral filth." So the verse 21 says, "Therefore, get rid of all moral filth and the evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you." And so I've got the note I've got down here. What would it look like, fellas? I think we could probably talk about this for a while. What would it look like for our society to get rid of all moral filth? And you can bring up the notes I've got here, but I'll bring them up too. But
that's
just in general, what do you think it would look like for our society to get rid of all moral filth?
I don't know. I need to sleep on that a few days.
People couldn't handle it. I don't know what all these conditions are nowadays, but they make up new conditions for people that can't be on their cell phone or.
Can you watch a program like a regular, even stuff that you stream now, because they all have ads, unless you pay extra money now to have ad free. Don't even get me started on that. That's so annoying.
I love the paywall.
Yeah, I had Amazon Prime for years, no ads, and now it's like. You have a subscription, but if you want to go ad-free, you have to pay more. It's like, no, I guess I'll just.
It's only $17,000 a year.
Oh, that's it. Good thing it's not expensive.
Right.
It's only 50-some seconds, Dennis. It's fine.
Yeah. Normal the show.
Some of them are 2 minutes.
Yeah, the some we've been watching. Lori, the show we're watching.
So, what's your favorite commercial?
Is 2 minutes. Well, my point is, I was getting to, can you watch either regular TV or stream or whatever, and can you watch something without seeing some kind of medication for this problem? Mm-hmm. Like, do you have this problem? Do you have this problem? And then I was just listening to my Unashamed podcast on the way out here this morning, and then Zach Dasher, who's on there, was talking about he used to work in pharmaceuticals, and he said there towards the end, before he quit his job, he was actually selling pharmaceuticals that were the result of giving them pharmaceuticals in the first place.
Perfect.
So it's like, here, we're going to give you this medicine, and then this may cause, sleepiness, drowsiness, death, heart attack, all this stuff. And it's like they start taking this medication, and then they have to take medication because they're taking medication.
I take some. I do. I have some of that.
Sure. Yeah.
I have some of that.
And it's like, man, but you're exactly. I think it was you that brought it up, Kevin. It's like we have all these different things that people are diagnosed with now, and if you think about it, that wasn't the case. What, 30, 40? I mean, definitely early on in our lifetime. Because we're all in our 40s, 40 plus.
I feel like our childhood was probably the last. It was honest. It was innocent. I hate to say too innocent, but it was compared to now. It
It was
like
because this stuff we're getting ready to talk about wasn't in our lives,
absolutely,
and it wasn't as I guess I'll just say evil. It wasn't as evil. So on our notes here, I've got TVs. What would it look like if our society got rid of television? How do you think that would affect our society if we got rid of all television?
People would probably be smarter and skinnier.
Smarter and skinnier. What do you think, Kev?
But at this point, I think that there would be pure revolt.
Oh, absolutely. We'd burn, burn the whole place down.
Oh, I understand that. Like, I'm saying if we get past that. So we get we get to a sense of normalcy to where we don't have television in our lives, in our homes, anywhere anymore. What do you think the result of our society would be? Do you think
you probably see people outside doing things and taking care of their homes and various things.
I did see yesterday.
A long time ago when we were kids, back in the late 1900s.
That's right. Back for you younger people watching, in the 1900s.
Lots of people kept a nice yard and a nice home. Like you drove by people's house and it was nice, That's, I'm not going to say long gone, but there's 1% of the people that take care of their homes compared to what used to be,
Well, and it seems like anymore there's just a lot more renting too.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
People just enjoy renting because then you don't have to take care of it.
Right.
You don't, especially if you're renting like in an apartment complex, you don't have to do grass. You don't have to mow grass. You don't have to trim the bushes. You don't.
No repairs.
Don't take care of the siding. You got.
Would you want to be the person that goes in though and takes once?
Nope.
If somebody moves out of the mess,
have you seen some of what goes on?
Oh my goodness!
No, I couldn't.
Actually, Riley and Gwen just moved apartments. They went from a 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom, same apartment complex, and this was I don't know maybe 6 weeks ago or whatever. And we moved them in. That new apartment, it had an odor to it, and it smelled like weed. Like the people that had, people that were living in there had. Very clearly enjoyed some fruits of God's weeds, so to speak.
Tiptoeing through the tulips.
Through the tulips. But, yeah, you're talking about, probably see more people outside. Yesterday I drove by, actually, Shane's got a Batesville shirt on. Thanks for representing that, Shane. Batesville sectional champions in football. That's nice.
Well, my daughter's a cheerleader. I'm supporting my daughter, all right.
Brings back good memories, for me since I coach at Greensburg. So thank you for that, brother. But I drove by Batesville Middle School yesterday because I said I was in Batesville. And it was late afternoon, I don't know, 1:30, 2 o'clock, somewhere around there. And I drove by Batesville Middle School, and there were hundreds of kids outside playing. And that thought went through my mind. I thought, this is just wonderful to see.
Wow.
To see kids outside playing. And to be honest, I didn't see a whole lot that looked like they were sitting there doing nothing. There was all kinds of games going on. I think, if it were my guess, I think it was probably the middle school and the intermediate school is right next to them. I think it was probably all of them out there because it was a ton. I mean, there were a ton of kids out there.
Well, we used to have a field day is what they called it.
Oh, yeah.
We would go out. And
yeah. Look at that next note there, fellas. What would the world be like, or what would our society be like if we got rid of cell phones?
I believe this is all Kevin.
Now, this one is interesting because we lived in a time when cell phones didn't exist. Mm-hmm. So what do you
they
think?
They existed. They were just plugged into your cigarette lighter.
Well, but that
may or may not work.
That was when we started driving, though. We could probably say, I guess they probably existed even when we were little, 5, 6 years old. We didn't see them, but some of the probably more upper echelon people in society probably had those same kinds
echelon.
Yeah, I use those big words.
Upper crust.
Upper crust
I'm
of
south
society.
Side, dog.
Yeah, Shane's south of the tracks.
Charles is north.
He is.
Yeah,
he is north of the tracks. He's on the same side as me.
Yeah, there you go.
Charles Edward Schaefer Pagano.
When I was in school, there was lots of people that couldn't come to my house because I lived on the south side of the tracks.
So what do you think?
Profiling.
That's right. What would society be like if we didn't have cell phones?
I think people would be way less intelligent on things that they need to be way less intelligent on.
That's actually probably pretty deep right there, Shane. People will be way less intelligent on things that they need to be way less intelligent on. Yeah, that's probably a pretty good statement, Kev. What do you think?
They may care about their stuff more than they do other people's stuff.
That's another excellent point. I didn't even think they may care about their stuff a lot more than caring about other people because they're not going to be as plugged in, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
About what's going on with everybody. I mean, there's some stuff that's important, but most of it, nah.
You know, a thought that just went through my head in thinking about this, I think in-person church attendance would be up.
Absolutely.
I think doing live streaming has allowed people to be able to, and don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we can live stream. It is a wonderful tool for
some folks need it.
Yes, for people that can't physically get themselves to in-person worship. It is a wonderful thing, but I feel like in-person attendance would probably go up because you mentioned not being. That's where a lot of people. Let's be honest. There's an old cliche that the people would get their scuttlebutt. They'd get their rumor mill and things like from going to church.
And church for some people, it's kind of a social.
Some people,
absolutely,
it's a social thing.
It should be a social thing.
Some folks take a lot of pride. They attend St. Mattress on Sundays.
St. Mattress, Shane. I haven't heard that before. I've heard a bedside Baptist. I've never heard of St. Mattress. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, don't be old visiting old St. Mattress on Sundays, everybody. If you can get yourself up.
I've been guilty of it a time or two.
Oh,
I can't say nothing.
Yeah, we all have. But okay, so let's because again, we're talking about this because I feel like the evil one has certainly used TV and cell phone.
Cell phones are
to wreak havoc on our world. We all agree with that, right? Let's take them both then. What would society be like from a scriptural or a godly standpoint if we got rid of all moral filth, if we got rid of the TVs and the cell phones and the things like that? And again, we got over the initial shock and all of getting rid. This is 100 years in the future. We don't have TVs. We don't have cell phones. What do you think? How do you think we would be as a society as far as from a godly perspective?
In my opinion, the whole world would be a better place. Not for any one thing specifically in there, but because all of the people you deal with in your daily circle, you would be held accountable. You would have if you were a Turk,
because it's face to face.
You would have no friends.
Yeah.
You would be forced to. If you say you're going to do it, do it. We live in a throwaway society. There's a million friends right there. They'll even make it seem like it's okay for you to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be able to speak to people again.
Yeah. Face to face. That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's just.
Well, you'd have to be nice to your neighbor. You'd have to, you know what I mean? Like you go see, that would be the only interaction you'd have.
Do you think? And Kevin, do you have a thought?
Nope.
Oh, do you? Yeah. Nope.
No.
Do you think? Because Dennis.
You said I've been right on a few things today. Maybe we do need to bring Leah on.
Yeah.
So that you can.
You can say Kevin's right, Leah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Be careful there. She might straighten you out.
I'm sure she would have the.
The other side.
Yeah.
I'm pointing over here because I'm thinking about New Point. So I've noticed, just in living in New Point, how and I'm guilty of this too. And part of that is because what we talked about earlier, being so busy. But we don't do a good job anymore in our societies of being neighborly, like going out of our house and actually physically talking,
right.
Spending time talking to our neighbor. Tom Minning is my neighbor. I love him to death. I would help him, and actually their dog was loose the other day, and I got all Kevin, you would appreciate it. I got all muddy from the dog, being loose, but he was loose and stuck in one of their bushes, and so I was able to get the dog, loose, and I got it tied back up for him, and all that. But, we don't do a very good job anymore and like I said, I think probably the biggest reason is because we are so busy. But I just don't think we do a very good job anymore of being like. It feels like, again, I wasn't alive like in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, but it feels like back then people would spend time with their neighbors, like they would hang out and talk with them around garages.
Porch sitting and
yeah.
Hey, your neighbor's mowing, or hey, your neighbor's sweeping the porch, or hey,
right.
And everybody, they would go visit.
Yeah.
Or hey, here's a pie. Welcome to the neighborhood.
I had a neighbor, Bob Worth. He was a fantastic neighbor. When we first moved into our house, I did not have very good equipment to take care of my yard. I don't have a huge yard. It's almost 2 acres. But I got a creek that runs through the yard, which makes it pretty laborious as far as having to weed eat and take care of it, because I refuse to just let it grow up and look horrible. And when I was out there weed eating a lot, because it takes me a good solid hour just to weed eat the creek bed, Bob would see me out there, because he was one. He was that old school kind of guy. He was, when we moved in, he was probably in his 70s then. And he would sit there in his garage, and just be like neighborly, And he saw me weed eating. He would bring me over a Coca-Cola or something just to kind of give me a little relief. Yeah, it did taste wonderful. I think a lot of times actually it was an RC Cola. So, yeah, and it was just thoughtful, just neighborly. We've lost that.
Well, in the last couple of years, I really have let what I do for my neighbors. I really have let that go.
Well, we all have. I would say I do the same thing for me. Yeah. So I think that if we got rid of all this moral filth like we're talking about, I certainly feel like our society as a whole would definitely shift towards being more godly.
Well, you'd seek more human interaction.
I would hope so.
Rather than just on.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That would also assist in the gossip mill, though, because a lot of people are just there. They have nothing else to do, so they'd want to run to one neighbor and talk about that one, and go to the other neighbor and talk about the one they just left.
Yeah.
So that it's not like it would just be nothing but good. I'm sure there would still be.
Well, because evil is prevalent.
Absolutely.
And the evil one will find ways.
Absolutely.
To interject, his evilness into our world. He just always he did it from the beginning, and will always continue to do it.
And if you have a human plan, he can foil it real easy.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
No issue, no effort.
So that last part there, we'll finish up verse 21 today. Therefore, get rid of all moral filth and the evil that is so prevalent. We didn't even talk about that. The evil that is so prevalent, and humbly.
We do need to hit that sometime.
Yeah, humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you. Fellas, that reminds me of Ecclesiastes 3:11. So I'm going to look that up and read that. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says this. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. Yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. He has also set eternity in the human heart. And here in James, we humbly accept the word planted in you. To me, yes, we have to be brought up and trained in righteousness. Scripture says that. We gotta learn right from wrong. But I think like a good example is I see clips on Facebook and I don't get on Facebook very often, but normally when I'm on there, I'll see clips from Matt Walsh and his documentary he did on What is a Woman, and he went over to Africa in these tribes that really, I think it was, based on what I can tell, I haven't seen the documentary, so I could be way off here, but based on what I can tell, it looked like this tribe that was kind of out in the middle of nowhere, no social media, don't know kind of what's going on in the U.S., and he asked them this question. He said, is it possible for a woman to become a man? And they looked at him and they started laughing.
All right.
And they started laughing. And they were
All
like,
right.
And my point is that because God has instilled in us, He's instilled things in us. Like, I'm a man. A woman is a woman. He has instilled in us some moral sense of right and wrong. Like, I don't think we have to teach our kids. We don't have to really sit down and teach them, you know what, you probably shouldn't kill your 5-year-old, partner in school. Like, no, they just understand. Like, you just don't do that. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Like,
and that one is a lot. On your sermon the other day, you were talking about the dog having puppies and all of the things that,
yeah.
And I feel like that, and I know everybody says you can be whatever you want or whatever. I don't know how they get to that, but men don't grow boobs to feed babies for a reason. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
I understand maybe everybody's got to lean one way or the other, but let's be real.
Now, some of us that tend to get a little bit thicker as we get older, we do kind of start to fill out a little bit in that area. But as much as I was getting ready to say, as much as we may or may not want to, we don't want it to happen. But as much as we men, may think about or what, it's not ever going to be natural for a woman or a man to have milk come into his pecs. You can call them breasts. It's just because that's not the way God has designed us.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, like
the woman's body, their hips separate to have a baby.
They're designed that way.
It is. I understand that all of these people, they have a stance. And they say these things, and I'm like, I struggle for the wrong word.
Yeah.
Are you silly? you know.
Any thoughts, Kev?
The fact that we even are talking about that,
right?
we have to talk about.
No joke.
You're right. Yeah. But yeah, there are some things that God has set. I mean, it says right here in Ecclesiastes, I'm pretty sure Solomon is one that wrote Ecclesiastes. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. And there are things that God has instilled in us that we can recognize. And like I said, I love that clip because I see it on Facebook quite a bit where Matt Walsh is talking to these. Like I said, I'm assuming it's a tribe over in Africa. I could be wrong, could be somewhere else. But he asked them, was like, is it possible for a man to become, and they literally just start laughing at him. They're like,
that's what happens when there's no phone and television.
Right. That's the point I'm making.
What should be common sense.
Yes.
To them, that's a non-negotiable.
Correct.
Well,
They don't even.
Oh, I forgot to mention this too. And then towards the end of that clip, he asks him, he says, based on, because he must have had a lengthy conversation with him, he said, based on us having this conversation, do you feel like you would want to come to the United States to live? You know what they said? No, absolutely not.
I know what I would have said, and I can't disagree.
Yeah. Because God has set eternity in, like he sets things in us that are just the way that it is supposed to be. And yeah, that's how God works. And I love it.
Yep.
I love it. So getting into our cleats side, I'm really excited. I'm like a typical Reds fan. I'm real excited about the season starting so the Reds can, get off to a start. Maybe and then at the end of the season, they're going to be right around 500. Maybe make the playoffs, and then they're going to get swept into play. Hooray, another wonderful Reds season. But Kevin put on here, and we got to talk about this.
Now, the Reds.
Yeah, go ahead, Kev.
If you took so yesterday I did some cleaning in the barn.
Okay.
And with your spoon?
That's a putty knife.
Oh, that was outside too. You're talking
that's outside the garage.
I did have to use the putty knife.
Did you? Did you get it worked out? Mostly.
I just cleaned off some mower blades with it.
Oh,
well, that makes sense.
Scraped them.
Yeah,
perfect.
But anyways, it was. If you took my 80s boombox, did you have an 80s boombox?
Absolutely.
Oh, we all did, yeah.
That's in my barn, and I listened to the Reds again. I don't even know who they're playing yesterday.
Oh, you were going old school. You were listening to the Reds on the radio.
Do you know how peaceful that was? Like we're
That's
talking,
a good point.
just
I
getting
have
out,
no idea.
just getting outside.
Yep.
I cleaned everything where my mower's set and everything.
Got everything ready to go.
Yeah.
And you were listening to the Reds on the radio.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
So I guess that goes back to what we were talking before. It was just
What a peaceful life that would be.
Yeah, I think
if
they won.
everybody would do it.
I think they won, but the Cowboy was on there, Brantley.
Yeah, Jeff Brantley.
Yeah.
Speaking of peaceful, do you think Juan Soto's life is peaceful? Kevin's got a note on here. I guess Juan Soto, he just signed this contract this year, Kev?
Previous.
Last year?
Yeah.
He signed it last year.
Yeah, so he was with the Mets last year.
Okay. So I guess I keep up with the baseball a little bit, more of the Reds. So I know who Juan Soto is, and I knew he was a good player, but I did not know this. I guess last year, I cannot believe we're talking. Juan Soto signed a 15-year, $765 million contract. 15 years. 760. Kevin broke it all down for us. $51 million annually. So he makes $51 million a year. I know that's kind of hard for you guys to believe. That's just a little bit more than I get paid.
It is?
Yearly. Yeah, just a little bit.
Huh.
Here, this will put it into perspective. He makes basically $80,000 to $90,000 per at bat. Not per game. It's at bat. That, fellas, is still. So when he steps up to the plate to take a plate appearance, let's say he just looks at 3 straight strikes. He just earned $80,000. He's made more money than I do in a year just for stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, even if he sucks.
Yeah. Oh.
I need a job like that.
Oh,
And
this is just so ridiculous.
Like it said there at the end, that's based on four at bats over 160. Yeah. Don't they play 162?
162 games.
Yeah.
$315,000 per game. Oh, Kevin, did you break this down, Kevin, or did you find this? Did AI do this?
I found it.
You found it. Okay.
Yeah,
Someone broke it down.
I'm not taking the time.
$46,000 to $60,000 per swing.
Per swing.
Swings the bat one time, and basically making about as much as I do in a year. just swings it one time. That's just crazy. $1.2 to $1.4 million per home run. He makes almost $500,000 per walk.
Half a million per walk.
And like Kevin said, this is based on approximately 4 at-bats per game. This is where we are, fellas, in our society. Like I said, leading up to this, do you think Juan Soto's life is peaceful? Do you think having this kind of fame and fortune, do you think his life is peaceful?
I think it'd be tough.
I've said before, I have no desire to be rich and famous. I really don't. And part of it is because
he probably struggles with what gardener to hire.
Yeah.
And who gets raises.
Yeah. Yeah, who am I gonna hire to take care of all my subscriptions that my Netflix and all that?
Right.
Like, you can't even imagine.
I mean, a person like that, and he's not the only one.
Oh,
Listen,
no.
We're kind of Patrick Mahomes, you could throw him in there. Tom Brady back when he was playing. I mean, Peyton Manning. You could throw all these big superstar people.
Oh yeah,
it's not
just this one.
They're all living this same lifestyle, but they don't understand what our life is like.
No, and
on the flip side,
probably a lot of them don't like that they can't go out, that it isn't peaceful for them.
That's what I'm getting to. Now, let me go back and say, I understand. I just said they don't understand. Some of them probably came from extremely poor childhoods, and they did experience a little bit of what
then the cost of living was way less than
that's
it is
true.
now.
So some of them have come from nothing, and kudos to them.
Absolutely.
If our society is going to pay them for it and they've earned it, great.
Absolutely.
Then let them have it. But after they've been in that for a while, like, again, you can take Peyton Manning, whatever. Someone that's lived that lifestyle for a long time, they don't know what it's like. But Kevin's exactly.
But this is an extreme outlier too. But think of somebody. Whatever the minimal NFL contract is, you have a kid that came from nothing, and let's say you give him $250,000. If
that's cheap.
And that's practice squad or whatever. That's a mess because they're not trained how to deal with that.
Well, what you got to figure is the kid that come from nothing that you're talking about. Good chance single mother, $24,000 a year income, literally.
I'd say for a lot of them, that's probably the case. Yeah.
You know, their car's rough, their house is rough. They have no idea how to manage their money, their time, no wonder they all end up in the toilet so bad sometimes, or not all of them.
Yeah, a lot of them struggle. Basically, is what you guys are talking about. And yeah, you're exactly right. Like, and it's even the case. Like we're talking about sports. You guys remember MC Hammer, right? Like MC Hammer. I don't know how his life was growing up, but man, he got taken to woodshed.
It was really windy where he was.
Windy.
Yeah.
MC. I don't.
Because of his windbreaker pants.
Ah, there it is. I wasn't picking up on that. Good one, Shane. I like it. But my point is, like, he became obviously famous, had a very, famous album, particularly a song. I think he had one or two, maybe other songs that were kind of popular or whatever. But all this fame, all this fortune, and it wrecked. Like, he had people that completely took advantage of him, wrecked him. Like, his life was. I think the same thing with Vanilla Ice. Kind of we're getting into music now, but
whatever.
I think the same thing happened to him. Like last time I heard, he was working construction. I don't know if he was managing it or whatever, but like
didn't he have a TV show?
He did, yeah, he did
with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and it's just our overall point is a lot of these people don't have peace in their life. We were talking about that because of all their rich and
just
famous.
Because they got all the money.
Yeah,
money.
And Kevin's
being
exactly
the root of
right.
evil.
If you would, actually,
Absolutely.
I can't remember.
Absolutely, Kevin.
I can't remember who it was, but they said basically what they said was, and it was a very famous person. They said, "I wish I could go out and just be a normal person, be able to go to the mall or to the zoo or just be able to go watch a game." And be able to just experience. They can't do that.
Learn how to live on $50,000 a year and be normal.
Yeah, and they can't do that. And like I said, I have no desire to be. I don't want, I don't want to have an entourage of security and things like that with me when I go places to keep
I
people
won't
back
go with you then.
Okay, I appreciate that, Shane. Thank you. Yeah, it's insane. Talking about. The money that they make and this fame and fortune and all that.
The evil that
I heard you.
attracts.
I was kind of talking over you there, Kevin, but I heard you say, it's why money is called the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil.
Attracts it. It's like a magnet.
Yeah. Well, because
if there's money, there's filth, there's evil.
If there is anything that the evil one can use to his advantage, he will.
Absolutely.
Like we always said, here in our church that. We're not sure, if the evil one caused COVID to happen, but he sure was using it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and that was an elder. Absolutely. That was an elder in our church that said that, and I thought that was a very wise statement. And he was 100% spot on. Like, not sure if the evil one caused it to happen. However, it came out, whether whatever you believe, all kinds of conspiracy stuff, whatever. However, it came out. Don't know if the evil one made it, but he certainly. Used it. Yeah.
Well, and stuff like that. Not saying that I want to take credit from God for anything that God done or may or may not have done there, but I absolutely do not want to give him any credit, give the evil one any credit either. Exactly. So he just used it.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if it was his fault, I'm not.
I see where you. Yeah. Yeah. But we have to acknowledge him and his existence, though, because. If you don't, then you're going to play right into his right into his tricks and his gimmicks and things that he will do to wreak havoc on this world.
Oh, absolutely.
So, any last thoughts to wrap this up, fellas? We went over today. We try to keep this to about 35 minutes. We're about 45 minutes.
It was the wind that slowed the clock down.
It was the wind. It was the tornado. We got some storms moving through our area right now. We're actually sitting here right now in a tornado watch. It's not a warning. It's a tornado watch. So we're just watching to see if we get to go see Dorothy today, I guess.
Well, I'm not. I got to go take Wyatt to the doctor's. Just a few minutes.
Speaking of busy schedules, you got.
Yeah, literally going to run from here to North Decatur, get him.
You're a busy guy.
Actually, I got to go home and fill all my 15-a-day pills before I do, and then go get Wyatt then to the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just in it. I'm just in it for the sport.
Any last thoughts, Kevin? You want to wrap us up today?
Nobody's going to listen for 45 minutes, Dennis.
He said, I don't want to make any money. I just love to sell guns.
Nobody's going to listen for 45 minutes, Dennis. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we thank you guys for joining us on Crosses and Cleats. Again, if you are enjoying this, make sure you like and subscribe. And Lord willing, we will be back next week. Thank you. God bless.